England's batting fragility showed itself once again. In the end, it was a career-best 7 for 44 from Stuart Broad, which proved decisive as the tourists were dismissed for just 68 in their second innings. But he says his Man of the Match award might have been awarded to teammate Jimmy Anderson for his 7 wickets across both innings.
Obviously, I've come away with 7 wickets, but I think Jimmy Anderson, again, was the leader of that attack. His first innings, he bowled absolutely fantastically, again, with his 300th Test wicket, etc. But it's a pleasure to bowl at the other end, and I certainly believe he should be coming up for Man of the Match award.
Well, now, when London Mayor Boris Johnson and former England cricket star Sir Ian Botham come together on a project, you'd be entitled to expect more than just a gentle game of whiff-waff. And you'd be right. Instead, along with the charity London Youth, they're involved this week in a pilot programme for cage cricket, and Sir Ian is here to tell us about it. Good morning to you.
Morning, Rob.
First, a thought or two, though, about the test. England's bowling excellent, batting distinctly average. That seems to be the conclusion. And, of course, there is this Anderson-Broad double act.
Yeah, and magnificent it is. I think you have to go back to the 30s, I think, the last time 2 bowlers were only used by England to bowl out a side. And I think that was Bill Voce and Gubby Allen. So it's a long time ago. So congratulations to both of them. I thought they were magnificent. I thought England, again, the bowlers have bailed out the batsmen. But it goes like that, and as long as the bowling is strong, I think England will stay strong.
Since we're on the theme, who was your favourite batting partner?
Well, you try to avoid Alan Lamb because you probably wouldn't last too long out there with him because we had a language barrier when it came to yes and no. You found it quite complicated.
Unfortunately, your career didn't coincide, did it, with Geoffrey Boycott's, for example?
Well, I did manage to run him out once, but no, and I think Nasser Hussain's the other one you had to avoid. His record's pretty impressive as well.
OK. Well, now let's talk about cage cricket. This is, in a sense, we've heard about this before, haven't we? So this project this week, it feels a little bit like a relaunch, but just put us in the picture.
Well, we launched it actually it's almost 12 months ago to the day at the Houses of Parliament, and it's taken us that long really to get everything together. These things, you think you can put it together in a couple of months, and it takes longer. But we've got 50 cages that we've given to London Youth, which goes over today. The app goes out tonight, so it goes worldwide.
These are the kind of cages that we see in a
like
sports centre.
Yeah, like a Muga, one of these multi-recreational areas, which are not used. And I think there's about 12,000 sitting dormant in the country, which seems such a waste. And you only need 6 people to play cage cricket. Everyone's involved. One of the problems with cricket is you try and introduce kids to play cricket, and you need 22 people at least, usually 22. You might stand at fine leg all day. You come out to bat, you get out first ball, and you don't get a bowl. So where is the incentive to come back the following weekend? There isn't. Whereas cage cricket, there's 6 people. It takes 50 minutes to an hour to play. Everybody bats, bowls, and fields in that time.
And umpires.
And we've just, to give you an idea, it's just started at Oakwood Prison in Birmingham, which is a G4S prison, and that we've actually got long-term prisoners playing it. And everyone's thought, well, there's going to be a problem with this. What happens if there's an argument and you've got one bloke with a cricket bat in his hand?
Or what happens if somebody hits a 6? Who goes and gets the ball?
Well, over the wall. But in actual fact, you don't get any runs for hitting out the cage. So there's no advantage in that, Rob.
Serious point. I mean, what is the point? Is it about grassroots participation, or is it the discovery eventually of elite players?
Well, I think it could be both, and I hope it's both. It'd be wonderful. We've got places opening up in Salford next month. We've got them opening up Hampshire, all over the country. There's another 200 cages going out in the process of it. With the app as well, where you can score. So you can actually be putting your scores into your iPhone, and you can be number 1 in Hampshire and number 15 in England. And it's quite relevant.
It's got a bit political, though. I mean, the ECB, are they on side here? I mean, you have your own governing body, don't you? So, I mean,
well, we govern it ourselves, yeah. And at the end of the day, it's about kids. It's about children. It's about putting these places into places where they wouldn't get an opportunity. And when we actually first did the launch in Boris Johnson's office, we actually ended up playing cricket trying to explain it to Boris, playing with an orange inside his office, which I can tell you was disastrous. But we won't go down that route.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but the idea is that it opens up chances for kids who would never get a chance. These areas are sitting vacant. And it takes no organisation. You don't need kit. You do your own scoring, your own umpiring, your own policing of the game. And we're delighted with the way it's going and the interest.
Sir Ian Botham, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you, Rob.
This morning. Just a football note for you. It's Arsenal, not Tottenham, who secured that final 4th place in the Premier League and therefore entry into next season's European Champions League. Both won 1-0 yesterday. Arsenal's goal scored at Newcastle by Laurent Koscielny. Gareth Bale hitting another 25-yarder into the top corner for Spurs at home to Sunderland. So this meant that Arsenal retained their 1-point lead over Tottenham right to the end of the season. So to our racing tips. Windsor 740, number 4 Beep. Leicester 720, number 2 Capitulate.
Thank you, Rob. I'm just looking at a little YouTube video, actually, of cage cricket. It's quite a big cage, actually. It's much bigger than nets or anything like that, isn't it? It's it's sort of five-a-side football.
It's tennis court.
Yeah.
Anything of that sort of size can be used.
Good. Yeah, it looks interesting. Right, details.